I am super excited to come your way, and by the grace of God, it has always been a privilege to bring such programs on board. As a counselor and a life coach, I believe that our home is very important to us and to the society. A great home will make a great society. And by the grace of God, today I'm going to be downloading or feeding us with a special meal, which is availability is not abilities. And by the grace of God, I want you to know something about relationship. That is not how you started, but how you ended. These days, our relationship are not lasting 2, 3, 5 years again. Sometimes I've even seen a marriage of 1 year is gone. And this is because inadequate or proper orientation was not given. And that is why I keep bringing up such programs to give us light, to throw lights on our relationship so that we can correct certain things. And error you don't correct, we keep repeating. There are problems that are repeated problems. This is because we are not actually treating the problem. What we are doing is we are looking at the problem and looking at it as a norm or a normal thing in the society. And that is why such programs will help us. And such programs will give us light on how to go about our relationship. It is better to break in your relationship than to break in your marriage. And that is why you must understand that until you get it right, you will not be there rightly. You need the right medications to actually go through. And there's something you must also know in your relationship. It is either it's working or it's not working. And that is why such programs will help you, will give you light on how you can go through the road. When such programs are being brought on board on a regular basis, it will throw light on your roads. And as it throws the light on your roads, then those dark places, you will know how to go through it. Remember, it is Singles and Marriage Seminar from Word Impact Ministries, being powered also by the Eagle Net production, at the same time supported by the Intercessors Prayer Group worldwide. And I believe that as you keep following us, as you keep following our programs, you will learn a lot. The program is availability. The theme of the program is availability. It's not ability. And that is why I want you to know that after such programs, you should be able to learn few things. Because what they feed you with, it's what you grow with. And we're going to look at a few points as I drop them one after the other. I said in my earlier post that there's something you must know. When you are going for a relationship, don't go for what you have seen. Go for what you have not seen. Now, this goes to point number 1. That means if you are looking for a relationship, go for what you have not seen, especially when you want marriage. Whether a man or a woman, not just what you are seeing now. As a matter of fact, there should be a chemistry. What am I not seeing but makes me believe that I love this person? It should not be kindness. It should not be gift. It should not be money. It should not be any other thing. But it should be that special thing I don't see. Because most often when you see it and go into it and you don't see it again, what will happen? Then that love will die. That is why we said love can kickstart it. But love is not the component that keep your relationship. Because you need the right component to make it work. Love will kickstart it. You love the person. Yes, you are attracted to the person. You have seen some qualities in that person. The person is hardworking. The person dresses well. The person is kingdom-minded. The person, you've studied the person with words. But what are those things also you don't also see? What's making you to love the person? In case those things are no longer there, will the love still continues? Remember, marriage is a school and an endless school. So if you are entering into the school, you must be prepared because it's a school that is not supposed to end. It is the death to you apart. And if you understand the principles of the school, then you will understand that you are not just running into the school, but you understand the school. A lecturer once told me, he said, when you go to university, when you come here, don't just go through the university, let the university go through you. When you go through it and the university goes through you, you will understand why you are here. So in your marriage, understand why preparing for your marriage, know why you are going into it and know what is taking you in. And when you know what is taking you in, then you understand that I understand. I'm not saying when you go into the marriage and they are killing you, you stay. Because some men do cry, some women do cry. But I'm telling you that if you know what you are going into and you are able to understand it, most of you don't have problems. I've seen marriages of 50 years. I've also seen marriages that lasted for 1 year. Wasted money, people came earth on their head, and at the end, 1 year, it was a waste. I've seen marriages 50 years, they are still celebrating. If you ask them the secret is not just love. The secret is the component to keep it working is what they put together to make it work. If you have a car and you constantly maintain it, what happens? That car will will have a long duration. If you don't maintain it, you don't change your oil, you don't put the right things, my dear, that car will break down. That is how marriage look like. If you don't maintain your marriage, those things that will spice it, you don't put them in place, you will see that marriage breaking. And sometimes we always accuse the devil. Sometimes the devil is not even aware of what is happening in our marriages. We are actually destroying it because of ignorance. Even the Bible says, my people perish because of what? Lack of knowledge. And this is why we are dropping point one, that the first thing you need to know is you must be satisfied outside. You don't see anything, but you are loving the person. That is a principle that this marriage can work. Number two is what you are not seeing. You see, this first and second, this is where the major problem is in our relationship. You are not seeing it, but you love the person. That is principle number one. And principle number two is, now what are these things I actually see now that is even attracting me? Though I'm not seeing anything, but what are these few things I love about this guy? What are the few things I love about this lady? Now, principle number two. You see, when these two are put in together, my dear, you are set to go. That is where the love, the kickstart of the love will start from. Are you getting me? Now, we'll look at another point again that is very vital. Another point that is very vital we need to look into is point number three. Adaptation. Ability to adapt. This is where many fail too. You've entered into it. Now, when you enter into it, I always give this illustration that your wife is your mother, is your sister, is your friend. Your husband is your father, is your brother, at the same time your friend. Now, I'm going to explain this for you. Now, when you see your wife as your mother, you will pamper her, you will love her. You will not want to brutalize her. You will not want to fight her. You will not want to do anything that will hurt her. When you see her as a sister, you will share ideas with her. As a friend, you will share ideas with her. You see, the same thing too when you see your husband as a father. You see him as a father, you see him as a brother, you see him as a friend. Now, but this is where sometimes the problem comes. Most women don't see their husband as a father because they believe that you must not control me. Most of the correction, they call it abuse. Meanwhile, when our father was carrying out those corrections, we saw it as well, discipline. So if your new husband is telling, this is my new rule, without oppression, don't see it as abuse, see it as correction. New government, new law. And this is the same thing too with the man too. Will you allow your father to beat your mother? No. So the same way you will not also abuse your wife or lay hands on her. So when we understand this thing that to the man is my father, my brother, my friend, definitely you will do it. When he's telling you do this and do this, you will not say that oppression. Say, that is how my father used to put his laws. And your father will not put a law that will destroy you. You put a law that will discipline you. And discipline is not hatred. Understand that. Discipline is not hatred. The same way too as a man, you must love your wife. The same way you want your mother to be cared for. You want your mother to be okay. Your wife too should be okay. So when we understand this adaptation, we're able to know that mother, sister, friend, father, brother, friend. You see, it will balance the equation. But because we don't balance it that way, we always see it. As a man, sometimes you want to abuse. As a woman, you want to say, this man cannot tell me what to do. It's because we don't understand the three principles. These three principles I just gave to you is, see the man, your father, your brother, and your friend. You the woman, and you the man, see the man, the woman as your mother, your sister, and your friend. By so doing, you want to pamper, because men, they love their mothers a lot. And women, they love their fathers a lot. Now let's go to another point you need to know. Remember, the show is availability is not ability. That means you can be available, but what? You are not doing the right thing. It's not a matter of being present. Peter, present sir. Mary, present sir. Present man. It's not the ability. The ability in you should be your availability. Your availability should prove that you are there. If you are not doing anything and you are there, you are of no use. There are a lot of people who got into marriage and regretted they ever married. And why some people are also praying that, Lord, when will I get married? Understand the principles and you understand that marriage is the best thing. Sometimes you just need to get the right thing and everything will fall in place. The next one again is trust. But you see, trust these days is not really very common because of this our youths these days, what you normally do. I don't want to go into details. But your trust, you must deal with trust. And your trust should also deal with jealousy. Yes, your trust should deal with jealousy. You should be able to leave your phone behind. That is where, at that point, I'm going to raise it. These days, password on everything. Password in opening the phone, password on your social media, password, even password to even make call. As soon as the man is bathing, he's checking whether when the phone rings, he will run out with soap to come and say, hey, don't pick my call. The woman too, as soon as the call wants to ring, she's watching. Your phones are always on silent. Your phones are always, you're always hiding to pick your calls. If you don't have skeletons in your cupboard, you'll not have a problem. You must be able to trust yourself. Your partner should be able to say, I trust this person. If there's no trust, you cannot continue with that relationship. It is one of the components you need to make the love you saw continue. Yes. And I'm going to deal on the other one, which I've been talking about. Patterns. Patterns. What are patterns? Patterns that are happening in the community, patterns that are happening with foundation. It is repeated in the family. Your father had 4 children. The 4 children with different mothers. Your mother had 3, 4 children with different fathers. It's a pattern. So when you see such pattern, don't begin to blame the pattern and your partner. Begin to see what you can come out, how you can come out from that pattern. Because when it's a pattern, it will keep repeating, and sometimes it's connected. We'll be doing a program on Saturday. We'll be talking more on this particular aspect. Now, when it's a pattern, that means it's in the family. Once you are from that family or that community, you will experience it. So these patterns you must watch. Instead of blaming, you are the cause of my problem. You are the reason why relationship. In fact, you just know. Instead of look at your circle. This problem, I think, is in my family. That means I'm even the cause of this problem. Because when there's a pattern when there's a pattern in that relationship, a pattern of unstable relationship, no matter if you even meet the best man or the best woman, it will not stay. So you must deal with your pattern. And how do you deal with your pattern? On Saturday, let's be online to know what is happening. If you can't get it online because of our recent online connection problems, you will get a post-production. We'll be dealing on those aspects by the grace of God. Now, we're going to look at the next one again, temperament. Temperament. This is where many fails in our relationship. And by the grace of God, we'll be hosting a seminar on this aspect, temperament. Now, I want to teach you a few things about temperament. Temperament is the character that controls you. And we have 4 types of temperament. We have the choleric, we have the melancholy, we have the sanguine, and we have the phlegmatic. Now, you see these 4 I mentioned. Sometimes you can have 2 traits. You can be choleric and sanguine. But there are 4 major traits. Choleric, melancholy, sanguine, and phlegmatic. Who is a choleric person? She is the type who is strict. He is the type who is very strict. Goal-oriented. So if you go and marry such person, or you are planning to marry such person, he just tells you, we must achieve this by tomorrow, 4 days time. And you are the opposite. You always say, let's do it later. There will be big fights. We have the melancholy. The melancholy are the disciplined ones. After doing it or after putting things in place, they want to double check it. After you finish cleaning the place, they come and check whether the place you've cleaned it well. Even themselves, when they finish cleaning the place, they still come and check. They lock the door. They run back and say, let me double check whether this door was locked. They want everything very perfect. The sanguine people, very sociable. If you have that type, as a wife or as a woman, as a husband, everywhere they go, they are in it. Where women are gathering, if you have a sanguine husband or a sanguine guy, he will sit there. 20 women is the only guy there, and his voice will be going on where you'll be wondering, my guy, you should wonder this is women gathering. That's a sanguine person. Sociable, to him, is very happy. The same thing with a lady too. Guys, you are with your guys. You are about 8, 10, you are just enjoying. She'll just jump in. She's the only lady too. She's sociable. She's always happy. Very loose, carefree. Are you getting? So just imagine such person is going to marry a melancholy who will say, I don't like such things. So there will be problems. So you must know the temperament of your partner or adjust to the temperament. The other one is the phlegmatic type. Very calm. You can control them most often. Go A, go B. So if this person happened to, now let's put it this way. If the phlegmatic person happened to be a man, and the woman is a choleric, a hot woman, you know what will happen? People will say the woman is controlling the man. You know why? Because the woman is hot. She's the type who say, go on, let's go here. We must do it by 4 o'clock. We must do it by tomorrow. Choleric woman. Why the phlegmatic? Okay, you say we should do it 4. All right. So 4 what time, please? If the siblings or the mother they say, they've used juju on you. They've used juju on you. It is not about juju. It is the temperament. And these are some of the things we will need to know. I'll be giving more emphasis on these temperamental issues. And some of the women or men you see being manipulated, it's not a charm. It is some temperamental issues. And if you are not able to balance it in the course of your dating, and you go into it, it's like when you marry, you're an AS, and you go and marry someone that is an AS. You should expect what? SS child. So if you don't balance most of these things, you will see some of these prices. So temperament is very important. Now we're going to look at the other one again, and which is, you must look at what you want from the relationship. And if what you want is material thing, my dear, you will not go far. If what you want from the relationship is material thing, you will not go far. If I marry him now, I will achieve this. If I marry him, I will get this. If all this is what you are planning, my dear, you will fail. Because anything that has to do with material things, with spiritual things, it does not work. Because relationship and marriage is spiritual. So when you bring material things, you will fail. So if you are going to it, let me go, I will get this. The father is rich or the mother is rich. The man's parents are rich. The guy himself is rich. My dear, if you enter as a gold digger, the same hole will swallow you. And that is why we keep bringing such problem. Availability is not abilities. That you are available for, you are due, that you are already in that marriage doesn't mean you are also a married material. You might be available, but what it takes to keep the marriage, you don't have it. And that is why you need such points. You need to know your temperament. You need to control. When I mean control everything about you, which is trust. You don't trust your partner. You are overjealous. My dear, you will not go far. Last time, I spoke on something that has to do with sexual issue. If you are not sexually active, your partner will not love you. Because if you are, I discussed it, but let me just throw more light on it. You are an hyper person, and the person is an abnormal person. You have a problem. He wants it regularly. You said, me, I want to do it once a blue moon. There will be fight, whether a man or a woman. So there are 3 types of sexual abilities you must know. The hyper, the normal, and the abnormal. So if you're also going into marriage, know that if you go and marry hyper, my dear, if you be hearing, I want it, don't complain every time. And if you go and marry someone that's abnormal, he will tell you, or especially with the ladies, he will tell you, is this food? So you must have certain knowledge of marriage before you go into that marriage. One of the reasons why we fail in marriages is because we didn't have good knowledge about it. We didn't have good knowledge. We just jumped into it because everything is doing it. And at the end of the day, we begin to regret. You hear women will say, men are scam. Some men will tell you, all the women, they are the same. Have you dated all? Have you gone out with all? There are still some good ones out there. We still have some good women, some good men. But the truth is, you must know the right principles for yourself. And take note as I round up and draw the curtain. What worked for A might not work for B. That is why you need experienced life coach like us, who will guide you physically, spiritually, mentally. Now, before I take my water and draw the curtain, I want you to know this one. That make God the source or service provider. Make God what? Your service provider. Stop depending on man because man will fail you. Stop depending on that man. If I need to, this man, if he doesn't marry me, that means my life is finished. No, stop depending on that man. Make God your service provider. More will be coming from my bank of knowledge. More will be coming to equip you. But know this, that the proper principles in your relationship will make it work for you. Remember, the program was brought to you by Word Impact Ministry, EagleNet Production, and the Global Intercessors. I remain your friend, life coach, Counselor Andy. I will always be there. But one thing, don't forget, on Saturday, there's a bombshell because we are not just talking, we'll be releasing bombs. And as you join us, things will change. Enjoy your relationship and have the best of the best. Till I'll come your way, I will take my water and tell you